Okay, so we all know what the Simpsons do. They're always going to let us know what's going on or what's already happening. At this point, I don't think it's predicting programming at all. I think they're just telling us what they're going to do. Man, let's get to this video. Comment below.
Actually came true. But here are just a few occasions when The Simpsons freakishly predicted the future. One of many episodes that showed an alternate reality future for Springfield's first family, Bart to the Future, aired in the year 2000, and we learn Lisa has just been elected President of the United States. During her first cabinet meeting, President Simpson mentions a familiar name.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump.
We all know how the future turned out. It's worth mentioning that this particular episode was written during Donald Trump's failed presidential run in the year 2000, and the writers themselves saw the possibility of a Trump presidency as the most ridiculous thing they could imagine for the future, which can only mean that Lisa Simpson is up next, and then President Kang.
All hail President Kang!
Could be worse. We could be eating Soylent, which is literally named after ground-up people from a sci-fi movie starring Charlton Heston. Wait.
Soylent is food. While not intended to replace every meal, Soylent can replace any meal.
Oh, what a bleak, horrible future we live in!
In 1992's New Kid on the Block, Homer sees a TV commercial for an all-you-can-eat seafood restaurant called The Frying Dutchman. Homer proceeds to eat until closing time and gets kicked out, while still hungry. He sues the restaurant for false advertising, but Homer and the sea captain come to an agreement.
Come see Bottomless Pete, nature's cruelest mistake. Come for the freak, stay for the food.
In 2012, Bill With went to a Wisconsin restaurant called Chuck's Place for its weekly Friday night fish fry buffet. After a few trips to the restaurant and racking up a running tab, he wanted more, but the restaurant claimed they'd run out. That's when Wiss refused to pay.
We asked for more fish, and they refused to give us any more fish.
The owner of Chuck's Place claimed Wiss had eaten more than 20 pieces of fish and was violating the buffet's no-sharing policy. He came back with a vengeance.
And he wasn't done. He came back 2 days later with a picket sign.
Wist planned on picketing every day, but by early 2013, he had already moved on to other protests. But really?
Did these sound like the actions of a man who had all he could eat? No! That could have been me!
Over the course of the series, the secrets of Springfield Elementary's lunchroom cost-cutting have been explored again and again, but even Lunch Lady Doris has her limits.
Where do you want these beef hearts?
On the floor.
In the 1995 episode The PTA Disbands, even Doris objects to using shredded newspaper and old gym mats as ingredients.
Gosh, shredded newspapers add much-needed roughage and essential inks. Besides, you didn't notice the old gym?
Hold on, cuz that's crazy. Then they're cooking omelet on the floor. What that do? All of that. I'm telling y'all, comment below.
There's very little meat in these gym mats.
In 2014, a minor but disgusting scandal developed when the Environmental Working Group released a report that found a compound called azodicarbonamide in around 500 processed food products, primarily breads, including Pillsbury dinner rolls, your favorite $5 footlongs, and Wonder Bread. So, if you've ever wondered what put the wonder in Wonder Bread, it's yoga mats, and yoga is totally healthy. By season 2, Homer had met his long-lost brother, Herb, but he leaves Herb in financial ruin after he bets his whole car manufacturing business on a ridiculous car Homer designs, which was called the Homer, obviously.
Any questions?
Left destitute, he moves in with The Simpsons, where he creates a baby translator that turns an infant's noise into English.
Maggie! Whatever!
Where did you go?
Peekaboo!
Oh, there you are. Very amusing.
The original episode aired in 1992, and by the year 2004, Japanese tech and toy company Takara developed a real-life prototype of something very similar, after previously selling a device that analyzed the sounds of dogs barking. The prototype analyzed the baby's sounds, facial expressions, and body temperature to alert parents if the baby was hungry, tired, or needed to be changed. While the final product never emerged, other companies took the reins and produced other devices to analyze the fleshy, wet, loud riddles that are infants. ensuring that you'll always be able to completely emotionally detach from your helpless offspring. Yay! At the end of They Saved Lisa's Brain, a 1999 episode in which Lisa and her local Mensa chapter attempt to rule Springfield with their superior intellect, the smartest guy in the world makes a cameo, physicist and cosmologist Stephen Hawking, and he has some very interesting ideas.
Your theory of a donut-shaped universe is intriguing, Homer. I may have to steal it.
Wow.
Technically, the shape of a donut is a torus, and yes, as it turns out, the universe may actually be shaped like the delicious confection. 4 years after Homer Simpson proposed the theory, cosmologists noticed radiation patterns in space suggesting that the universe was round and tube-like, but empty in the middle. And that's not the only time Homer's been the smartest man in Springfield.
See, I don't get it, man. Is it flat? Is it fucking like a donut? Or is it like a damn basketball? Let me know, man. Comment below, guys.
I am too smart. I am too smart. I am too smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R-T.
While first proposed in 1964, it wasn't until 2013 that physicists discovered the Higgs boson, the field that basically holds atoms together. In other words, the discovery helps to define the very fabric of existence, and helps to maintain how the universe and matter work. And, once again, Homer was on the cutting edge of science. In the 1998 episode, The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, Homer attempts to become a scientist and inventor, and is seen messing around with some formulas on a chalkboard. His meaningless math actually gets pretty close to the actual molecular weight of the Higgs particle, which, out of an infinite possible equations, is pretty impressive. But more importantly, when is reality going to finally catch up with the toilet chair?
Believe me, every man in America will want to have one.
Anyway, gotta poop.
The halftime show of the 2017 Super Bowl made headlines, with Lady Gaga delivering a performance that was absolutely surreal, featuring high-wire stunts, pyrotechnics, and theatrical costumes. Having provided her own voice for her 2012 appearance on The Simpsons, Gaga was definitely familiar with her earlier animated performance, which bore some striking similarities to her Super Bowl show. Granted, Gaga's Springfield self was only a slight exaggeration on her normally outlandish persona.
It's me, Gaga. Why is everyone looking at my purple hair full of bluebirds?
But this one is pretty spot on. The 2001 episode Hungry Hungry Homer is all about Homer going on a hunger strike to prevent the local minor league baseball team, the Springfield Isotopes, from secretly moving to Albuquerque.
Dancing away my hunger pangs, moving my feet so my stomach won't hurt.
In 2002, the minor league Calgary Cannons announced a move to Albuquerque, and the local paper published a poll asking readers to come up with a new name for the team. No strangers to pop culture, the name Isotopes won, with 67% of the vote. While the idea very clearly came from The Simpsons, Isotopes is appropriate for a team moving so close to the Las Alamos National Laboratory. At least the power plants in New Mexico can't possibly be as bad as in Springfield, right?
Well, in southern New Mexico, federal officials have confirmed that a local nuclear plant is leaking waste and releasing radiation into the surrounding area.
Nope, those suck too. Stay safe, Isotopes. The Simpsons began life back in 1987 as a segment on The Tracy Ullman Show, one of the Fox network's first shows. That means a yellow-hued family has been a staple of the network since the beginning, and as such frequently pokes fun at its corporate overlords.
And we can't watch Fox because they own those chemical weapon plants in Syria.
The 1998 episode When You Dish Upon a Star found Homer working as a very annoying personal assistant to the then-married couple of Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger, who voiced themselves. There are a number of jokes at the expense of celebrities and Hollywood in general, thus allowing the show another chance to slip in another joke about Fox's business practices. There's a brief shot of the entrance to the 20th Century Fox lot, which a sign says is a division of Walt Disney Company. Nearly 2 decades later, the actual Walt Disney Company, flush with cash from numerous successful blockbuster flicks, acquired 21st Century Fox for a cool $71.3 billion. So now Disney actually does own Fox and The Simpsons.
Ay, caramba!
Curling is a unique sport that involves the careful pushing and sweeping of a large stone on an ice rink. It's been a regular event at the Winter Olympics since 1998. Teams from cold, snowy countries like Canada, Sweden, and Switzerland usually dominate the medal count. Before 2018, Team USA had reached the medal podium only once, when the men's team won bronze in 2006. The relative lack of American presence in the sport added an extra air of unlikelihood to the 2010 Olympics-themed Simpsons episode, Boy Meets Curl, in which Homer and Marge become a mixed doubles curling duo for Team USA. They wind up winning the gold medal, an achievement that was improbably matched by the real American men's curling team in 2018. Even weirder about this Simpsons prediction is that the show foresaw mixed doubles curling being an Olympic event in the first place, as it wasn't part of the Winter Games lineup until 2018.
USA! USA! Oops.